This is Business Mondays at the Urban Farmhouse. I'm Craig Forbes of Alpha Omega Wealth Management, and with me today is Paul Trible of Ledbury. Good afternoon, Paul.
Hey, good afternoon, Craig.
So, Paul, tell us exactly, what does Ledbury do?
Ledbury is a high-end men's shirt maker based here in Richmond, Virginia, and kind of our whole goal is to make shirts that fit better, feel better, and really last longer than anything else in the closet. We have a store here in Richmond, but predominantly the business is online. We have clients all over the country and all over the world.
So, who founded Ledbury, Paul?
I founded Ledbury along with my business partner. His name is also Paul Watson. We weren't always in the shirt making business. We were in finance and went to business school and actually graduated from business school the day before Lehman Brothers went down. Sort of the financial landscape changed. So we said, what next? We had a pretty cool opportunity to say, if we could do anything, what would it be? And we'd always had this idea of creating a great specialty shirt maker that focused on fit and quality and doing it at a place like the southeastern United States. So without knowing how to make shirts, we ended up apprenticing with a shirt maker for about a year on London's Jermyn Street before moving back to Richmond in 2009 and getting the business off the ground.
So 2009, right after Lehman went under, how did you pick Richmond?
Richmond was a choice, both personal and I think sort of professional reasons. Personally, I was from Virginia, my business partner's from New Orleans. We wanted to be in the south, sort of southeast, recreate kind of a brand around the lifestyle that we grew up in. But also from a business standpoint, it was nice to be here from a cost basis, much better than being in New York or LA, but also creating a clothing brand from a place outside of the major metropolitan areas like Richmond gives it a very different feel. And I think people sort of in the press and around the country were saying, what's going on in Richmond? They're making clothes that might be a little bit different than they are in New York or LA. Let me take a look and I might give it a shot. So
Richmond's become a pretty creative culture. Where you're at, a lot of areas down here, what's differentiating your shirts from the average custom shirt maker or other shirt makers that are around?
That's a great question. I mean, for us, kind of the mantra we preach is quality, fit, and innovation. Really, those three things. On quality, we use Italian woven fabrics. We make everything in Europe. On fit, we use less fabric, kind of at the waist and the torso. Really, our shirts will fit, kind of a man of any shape or size, but we think just in a more flattering way. And then on innovation, we've done some small things that aren't revolutionary, but people really seem to enjoy. So we lowered this button a little bit, so it's not sort of too high, too constricted, or too low and a little aggressive. We fused our collars in a way so they stay standing up. And I think we're able to deliver that quality and that fit and that innovation at a much more attainable price. So by being kind of a vertically integrated e-commerce retailer, we can sell that kind of shirt at $125, $135, or your men's specialty store, that would be a $250 shirt and above.
Right, so you're pretty much selling online today. Do you have any retail presence? Are you selling through retailers at all?
We're not. We're big believers in going directly to the customer, having that direct customer relationship, being able to spoil them with service and offer them sort of value they can't find anywhere else.
Well, so today too, Paul, is Cyber Monday 2012.
It is. Favorite holiday of the year.
Big day for somebody like you.
It's a huge day.
Tell us how big a day it is, and also give us some perspective on how fast Ledbury has grown in the last few years.
Yeah, well, I mean, first is Cyber Monday. This is like Black Friday for bricks and mortar, traditional bricks and mortar retailers. This is probably our biggest day of the year, so I don't know, it's probably, 3 o'clock in the afternoon right now, and we've done more in one day than we did in the month of January for this year. So hopefully that continues for the next few hours of the day. In terms of Ledbury, we've been really lucky and really blessed. We're growing at basically 2.5 times a year, so 250%. We've just raised a little bit of money with the idea of ratcheting that to 3 and 4 this coming year. Really, people are responding to the fit and the quality of shirts, and about 65–70% of our customers come back within a year and buy 1 to 30 times.
How do people find out about Ledbury shirts if they don't already?
It's mostly been word of mouth. It's really been people at the office saying, getting a shirt, loving it, and then telling the person who works next to them. It's been a lot of PR, which has been great. Sort of the fashion and business press has been very kind to us and sort of telling their story. And now we're getting out there and kind of hustling and advertising and telling about our shirts and telling our story, and people are responding.
What else would you like us to know about Ledbury that you don't think we've covered already, Paul? What else are you guys planning in the future that's unique?
Yeah.
And beyond just this region, perhaps?
Well, again, I think sort of our mantra is fit and quality, and so we think if we can apply that to shirts, which we've been a specialist in for 3 years, we can start applying that to other products. So I've spent a year, basically going back and forth to making Italy to making blazers. We just came out with our first line of blazers and tailored goods. We're coming out with ties that complement our shirts. We're coming out with sweaters, and so we really want to build a brand based on sort of the values of great fit and superb quality, and have that sort of throughout the full men's clothing spectrum.
That's fantastic. Well, you're another really high growth business in this Richmond area, particularly in the Shockoe area. Thank you for participating. This again has been Business Mondays at the Urban Farmhouse.